guys do to give more offensive flow, easier shots?
I thought first quarter we got that. We got a flow. Defensively, we was on top of everything. As a result of that, we was up 17. They scored 10 points in the first quarter. Coming out of that second quarter, they scored 8 points in a minute and 20 seconds, something like that. And kind of got them back in the game. Then these last couple of games, last 2 or 3 games, has been the same story of just sustainability, being a little bit more consistent throughout the course of the game, and putting together a full game, not just spurts, not just a quarter, not just 2 quarters, but a complete 48-minute games. And that's been the story for, I'd say, the past 2 or 3 games.
Paul talked about them kind of taking over the momentum in the second quarter and then sustaining it for the rest of the game. Is that something you can feel when it's happening?
You can feel it, especially on the road. You can feel it, and that's what happened the last couple of games. We're there. We start off good. We just can't sustain it. We give teams momentum, give them the momentum back, and then we're fighting an uphill battle from there. So.
What does that do to you? Like when you're actually feeling it in that moment, how does that affect you as a player?
Well, I think it affects each individual differently. As a team, you just try to figure out what we have to do as a team. Those are the moments where you have to come together as a team, as a unit. You can't separate. You got to stick together. You got to fight through it together. You got to, and kind of embrace that moment where you can, settle down, see what's happening, take a step back, and then start taking it one play at a time at that point.
As you, Paul, and Russ still kind of get used to playing together and figuring this out, is the biggest impediment to that when you guys do have a night like this where you do start to struggle, everybody kind of gets into old habits of like, hey, I'm the guy who's got to try to take over instead of remembering that all you were out there.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that crept in tonight.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen that this season in the first 9 or 10 games. I don't think we've seen that. If anything, I think we're trying to figure out who's going to do it. Being a little bit too
going the other way.
Yeah, going the other way,
yeah.
Rather than just coming together and figuring it out. But that comes with kind of this journey, this process. It's all new to everybody. New situation for everybody. Even though we're losing games, I think it's more of lessons being learned than actually losing the game. So right now we're learning a lesson in these last couple of games.
I imagine that's tough though in the moment to, have the long view of that.
Well, I mean, it's always tough in the moment. That's the challenging part. If you can not just kind of think about the moment and think about the big picture, then you'll be okay.
Well, Paul talked about the offense kind of stagnating, that puts pressure on individuals. Do you see that happening as well?
It can happen. I think when you get down and you lose momentum, you try to, everybody start to, try to go get it, try to figure it out. And then when things don't go your way, you're still pushing. When the team has momentum like they got tonight, on the road you can't play like that. I mean, you can't play like that at all, but especially not on the road.